episode is brought to you by ShopNackiaSalmon.com is our new online store. Our community started our brave journey of living intentionally in 2018. Together, we are owning our stories and sharing our powerful words through our products that connect, educate, inspire, and empower us. Check out our t-shirts, hats, face masks, hoodies, and much more at shopnackiasalmon.com. We ship globally. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Catchup. And today, my guest is Mr. Travis Williams. Welcome, Travis.
Wagwan.
Thank you so much for saying yes to catch up. I've been sending you like little videos that if I think I've interviewed somebody that you know. So just thank you for your encouragement and for even supporting the project behind the scenes for the past 2 years that we've been walking this walk.
Definitely. You know, when you started, I wasn't on social media at all. So I didn't know about it until you actually texted me. And when I saw it, I was like, this is something really good. And when you actually reach out to me to be a part of it, I was like, yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Not everybody say yes, you know, so I appreciate every single yes that I get. All right. What year did you graduate, Travis?
1998.
19.
So long ago.
So long ago that you used to trouble a little lab tech, say, Miss Robinson.
That's so long ago.
What year, what color were you in? 5 what?
Wow, I was.
Do you remember?
Man, this is really bad because I don't remember.
I was okay.
in the class with all boys. Whatever color that was, we had one girl in our class.
I remember, and I was subbing from Mr. Thompson. Can you imagine me look like a sub? Was it physics or some electrical? I don't even remember what class I'm a sub for.
Yeah, it was physics.
So then I harass a poor little young teacher. So where are you located now?
I live in Miami, Florida.
In Florida. You're going to give everyone like a very high level, 30 seconds or less. It's never 30 seconds. But a brief update from 1998, graduating till now here in Miami, Florida. What have you been up to between that time?
Yeah, I left right after graduation. I came to America. After I came to America, oh man, been great.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked at a car care place for some time, Jiffy Lube. Then after that, I went on to another car care place. The focus was football. Started playing semi-pro. Matter of fact, me and Abu started playing semi-pro. Then I got an offer to run a store in Georgia. So I left Miami, gave up my football career, went to Georgia. I lived in Atlanta for approximately 6 years. Then I came back to Miami. After Miami, went to Louisiana to start a business, which that failed terribly, but that was a great lesson.
Learned.
Yeah, man, great lessons there. Since then, have 3 beautiful kids. Have done some traveling in Europe. Yeah, and here I am.
And here you are. Jeez. So right now, what do you do for work?
I'm a roofer.
You're a roofer.
Yes. So I work for a roofing company. I do sales for them, but I also own my roofing company. So I'm really in the transition of taking my roofing company to the next level. But I probably spend 20 hours a week working for a roofing company, selling jobs. And the rest of the time, which is all my time, is spent on developing my personal
Your own.
Yes.
So my dad has been in the industry, I think, over 3 decades now in terms of roofing, selling roofing material done by Rad Industries. They're down at Cook Street in South.
You know, see a Cook Street man come from. Yeah.
Awesome. So what do you do for fun? What are your hobbies?
Let me just don't put soccer and what else?
I used to play football all the time. I used to play football every Sunday morning and sometimes on Wednesdays at night. But right now, I really have no hobby. Most of my time is spent developing my businesses. I have another business I just started. I just started a logistic business. I bought a truck. I'm about to buy a trailer next. And so most of my time is spent on planning, interviewing people that we want to work with.
Yes,
Just really getting the groundworks together.
it's a season. Don't worry about the hobbies. You get time to do hobbies. It's a season. You got to build. That you're in the building season, right? You know that.
Right now is the best time, because nowhere is open. There's no time for, there's nothing out there to distract me right now. No partying now going. Even football is it's on a limited scale now because we used to do indoor. The indoor is still shut down.
Mm-hmm.
We're not getting a lot of turnout on Sundays anymore. So it's like everything, all the ingredients are there for me to actually focus on
Bake the cake. Yeah. So do it through your sweat and through everything. It'll pay off when you build your own. I'm so proud. We're going to go back to Manning school days. You know, Manning school days when you used to get trouble. We're going to talk about your favorites. We're going to talk about your favorite teacher, subject, and memories. Who was your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher was Mr. Chana. Mr. Chana came when I was in third form. And he obviously he's a maths teacher. And maths are my favorite subject. And prior to Mr. Chana, I didn't really have much maths teacher that actually challenged me. He used to just be very linear. They give you the work, you do the work, you get your mark, you get your grade, and then that's it. Good job, no good job. Mr. Chana used to take it a step further. Okay, so you get all of this. And he always go deeper to see how far he can push you. So, and Mr. Chana was a girl's man too. And I was told that I was a girl's man during those times. So many also click on that level as well. You know, so Mr. Chana was definitely my favorite teacher. I used to do evening classes with Mr. Chana.
Mm-hmm.
And years after that, we lived houses down from each other. So we even have conversation outside of school. You know, so yeah, me and Mr. Chana was good. Some of my favorite memories. We used to run track, and we used to play football. So, you know, the track days were really great. You know, my school during my time, we never really have a great men track team. It was all about the girls. It was during the days when you had girls' champs separate from boys' champs. You know, we used to go to girls' champs to cheer on the girls then, because the boys they never go nothing. But they were, you know, great experience traveling the country and representing your school as well. Other memorable time was fifth form. My friends and I, we used to get all this tush girl them and we used to carry them go a Sweet River. We used to carry them go up a Sweet River and we used to cook outside and they used to eat out of the big dasheen leaf them. You know, this tush man in school girls. Those were fun times. Those were really fun times. Yeah, man, and of course,
go ahead.
Football season.
Mm-hmm.
Football season. We used to play football, as you know. And, you know, I guess it was for me. It was all about the girls and all of everything outside of the academics.
You know, thank you for your honesty. Oh gosh! So because of you, every time me take out flour, we cook flour dumpling. Even to this day, me tell my husband say because I Travis been here about flour porridge. From my band, I never hear about flour porridge. So one of my major learnings in life came from you around flour porridge. You say porridge can make flour can make porridge, and you're like, yeah man. And Dust and Birchie. Oh Lord, memories. Yes,
Those are
those were
great
good
days.
days, right? Simple days and good days.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
how would you describe your personality in high school? And we're going to ask about words to describe your personality today. So, what words come to mind when you think of Travis back in high school? And if you're missing any
Um,
words, me fill them in here.
um, uh, Personality-wise, I'm very humble. Um,
Write them down, yeah.
I,
Go ahead.
I, I'm at a loss for words right now. I like to.
All right. If I ask your schoolmates, your classmates, you know what? Let me separate them. If I ask the boys, what words did I use to describe you within your class?
You know, um, Travis, a girl's man.
I.
Uh, Travis, um, Travis is very kind. You know, that's I'm selfless. My friends will say I'm selfless. Um,
And the girls, what they would say? How would they
you know, that's I'm
describe you?
arrogant.
You're
They
arrogant.
would definitely say arrogant. Travis is full of himself.
Travis is full of himself. But did you exude that with them intentionally, though?
No, it's. I think to a degree they were intimidated by my confidence.
The
So
girls, or were they attracted
yeah,
to the confidence? Which one, or both?
probably a little bit of both because I wasn't accessible to everyone. I don't think so. Probably sometimes that come off as me being arrogant,
Mm-hmm.
but um, but they would also use the same words that my friends use to describe me.
Okay.
What would you use? What words um, would you use to describe me then?
I would say um smart. I would say fun, fun, fun. Oh my gosh, so much fun. And probably just the group, and it was also the group that you were in. It was just a breath of fresh air, never boring, and it just hilarious. And it was a hot mess. I would say, how could I say? It's not. You did sly, you did slick, you did full of swagger, and yeah, because it wasn't even anything to do with money or riches or anything like that. It's just the way how you carry yourself. You had to be the look and your clothes. Your little khaki had to be pristine and a particular. Let me know if I'm wrong. You know, am I off anytime yet?
Let me share this with you. Let me share this with you because
Yeah.
I was one of the only person in my group that I was in that come from downtown. You
Yes.
know, all of my friends I made and they come from uptown or Negro or wherever. So me the only ghetto man that was in my group.
Yeah.
When I was in primary school, me did get some pants from Canada,
Yeah.
right? They couldn't fit me then, but when I got to second form, I started wearing these pants, and then these pants became a trend. We noticed all of my friends then start wearing the ones them who can afford to go out and buy the Dakas and the Tommy and what have you. And then it actually became a thing after that. But people will see this and they will talk. But I was the trendsetter there.
Yes, you were the trend, but you were always meticulous in terms of how you looked. Even if it was just a simple khaki, it was neat. Well, you know,
Yeah. Well. Thank you. It's I have to give thanks to
yeah.
Mrs. for that. But yeah, man.
Look
Plus,
at
I also, because of where I came from, I also had to represent
represent.
for them.
Yeah.
Not because I come from 12th Street, mate.
Yeah.
Where, most of my friends and then even used to like to come down at 12th Street. So I had to, me have to represent for 12th Street.
Okay.
That's
But
what it was.
did anything I say sound authentic or off?
No, now that you are talking, a lot of the memories are coming
Coming
back.
back.
Yeah, a lot of the memories are
I'll
coming
rap
back.
music and then things. So when I listen to like I used to even know some songs by heart, and I'm like,
I used to introduce my friends to a lot of music because
yeah,
at the time, you know, he was in the music, and so a lot of music that was coming out, like with Bounty Killer, Beanie Man, during those, I used to get them before they even start playing on the radio.
yeah.
So, I was ahead of the game, like there in that aspect of it. But
I noticed. I
yeah,
noticed. I can still see the little Carney dance still. You didn't have one. You not even remember it, not true, but don't worry yourself.
I still dance, you know. In time
Yeah?
we go out, we still have a great time. Yeah, man.
No,
I
but you
can't
have
really do
one little Carney dance. So you did dance, and you didn't have one
yeah.
little Carney dance. You don't even remember the Carney dance, but it's
I
okay.
don't. I'm confident that I still do that kind of dance.
I should ask your kids.
Uh,
Oh my God. How would you describe your personality today?
it's much of the same. It's just
Much
been
of the
enhanced.
same. Yeah.
Yes. Me still love to have fun. You know. One of my I love to travel. You know, if somebody said, "Let's get some gun," you know. So I love to have fun. I love to have deep conversations. You know,
You
that's my
always
thing.
did, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Because when we used to talk about even when you were ready to go to the United States and just dreaming and even observing and noticing things. I remember one time you were talking about your father and washing his wife's feet, and you were like in awe. Well, a simple person has passed it. Do you remember that conversation? No, it's okay, you not remember. But you oh yeah, laugh. Because my memory work different than other people's memory.
but
Yeah.
that sounds like me because those are small
Yeah.
things.
You
Yeah.
notice small details in things, right? And what by watching that exercise, you were describing the love and the respect that he had for his wife when he was, because they were going somewhere in our feet. We don't remember, but you always paid keen attention to different things, right? Yeah. So
Most of the things that you speak about and most of the the characteristics I possess then they just have been enhanced now.
magnified.
Yes, that's
Was there something that you used to believe? So let's go back to Travis now, back in 1998. Is there something that you used to believe about yourself? And now that you have journeys across the waters and traveled the world and have so many experiences and now a father of kids, that you look differently or think of yourself differently in that area about yourself? Want me to give you an example?
that would be great.
For people in here, Mr. The same example. I used to believe that I was extremely ugly and I needed to change so many things about myself to be beautiful. I wanted to have lighter skin. Oh, I wanted to have tall hair. Another thing I used to believe was that certain opportunities are only for certain people and not for me. And I probably have to settle for a certain type of life, and I wasn't worthy of it. For some, I did. So, and I could tell you so many other things I used to believe about myself. But just giving you an example, clearly I'm in front of you, and a lot of those thoughts or those way of thinking have changed. Some of them took work to change so that I can live the life I'm living now. Can you think of anything else? Think anything about you that has changed or evolved throughout the years and how you looked at yourself or believed about yourself?
Well, I I used to like put a cap on what I could accomplish,
Mm-hmm.
a time frame in which I could accomplish them. Um, I no longer look at things like that anymore. But I'm trying to think of how I used to view myself and how that has changed.
Do you think you would have been like an entrepreneur and owning your own business? Do you think you would have been doing the things you're doing now?
Well, definitely the things that I never thought. You know, I had a friend. Um, you know, if you probably remember Dougie. Used to call him Dougie Kirk Douglas.
Mm.
And I remember he was one of the more fortunate ones in the group, right?
Right.
And I always remember him saying that, yo, not work for nobody. I'm not gonna work. I was like, and that concept, it just we couldn't understand.
Right.
It's like it's all about, and I forgot school, I make sure say, I set up myself, getting a good education, and so I can get a good job, so I can excel and get all the things that I wanted. I just could not understand not working for somebody. Even when the first year that I moved to the United States, Dougie was in Miami as well, in Miramar. We noticed he was continuing on that path of not working. I'm like, what am I doing? We couldn't. I've never seen that.
Right.
No one that I knew has taken that path and has been successful there. So,
Right.
So no, things obviously things have changed.
Yes.
I offer opportunity to people all the time. This is somebody, and yes, you do this, we probably have something for you, and now I just offer them opportunity. But then I couldn't see myself in this role. One thing though, I've always known myself to be a leader. I've always known that I would be a leader in some aspect. Matter of fact, I've always seen myself standing in front of a crowd, speaking, inspiring people. That's how I always see myself. But as far as running a business, I never thought that would happen.
Okay. But yes, you always knew you were leading, even if it's something naughty that they shouldn't be doing.
Not sure what you're speaking of.
I will just leave that out there for all the other people who have been influenced by you in life. Oh my God. What advice would you give to your younger self in 1998, that year that you graduated and had to go to the United States? If you could talk to yourself, what advice would you give to yourself that year?
So you're my youth, you have to be fearless. Whatever you're going to embark on, you have to be fearless.
Yeah.
And just to compound on that, anything that is worth doing is worth doing bad. And I have limited myself over the years because I want to do something, but because of me trying to be perfect, me not start doing.
Waiting for the perfect circumstances, the conditions, the stars to align.
All of those things. Like for instance, I have aspirations of being a public speaker. Probably the first time I go up and speak, I'm not gonna be good.
Oh.
And then the next time I probably be a little bit better. So that's me not doing good. That's me have to go through the process of being bad before I get to the point that I want to be. So me have to say, of course, Travis, you have to start from somewhere, and the place that you're gonna start on is not perfection, is you not being as good as where you want to be. So it's me doing it bad until I am great at it, which most things that may embark on.
What a good thing to clarify. I always have to sit in the eyes of the audience, and when you speak, and if I heard you the first time, I could have misconstrued what I said. People say that, oh, that's bad, and they mean it's good. But you literally mean, if it is something that is worth doing, it's okay to be bad at it at the beginning. Just keep on going. Eventually, you'll become great.
Man, you speak so eloquently.
Practice. Practice. And lots of failures. So yes, you are right. It's worth being bad at. Like what I'm doing now, I'm learning. I said, like what I'm doing now with Catchup, I'm learning.
Well, I've never seen your first episode, but the ones that I've seen, the one you sent with Garth, oh man, that was really, really good. But as I said, I haven't seen the progression.
The others, it doesn't matter, man. With Garth, I could have had my phone go like this, and you wouldn't care because it's Garth. Garth
You
is
know,
entertaining in itself. Oh, Lord. All
I've
right.
seen that for many years. If you talk to him, tell him I say hi.
I will. We talk to him very regularly. Garth is an advisor of mine. So walk us through one of the most challenging seasons of your life and tell us, what did you learn about yourself?
Um, you mentioned my dad earlier, and it was my dad and I were bumping heads a lot.
Mm.
So when I came back from Louisiana after I failed at my business venture there, I came back and I left my good paying job to go start this business that I knew nothing about in a different state. Used up all my resources, right? Came back, I have 3 kids, no job, little bit of money, no way to support them. So, my dad gave me an opportunity because he worked at that roofing company and said, Travis, you can come work on some roof. I'm like, work on roof? I don't want to work on a roof. At Jamaica, I feel like I'm too good for go up on a roof, go work. But I did that, and I eventually moved into a different position where I didn't have to go on the roof anymore. But my dad and I were always bumping heads because he's the leader of the team there, and I have been in management for most of my life, most of my work life, and we used to pick apart things that he was doing wrong, and me being his son, me used to tell him, and me never used to water it down. Me just tell him as it is, Daddy, you can't do that, and Daddy, if you do that, and yo, if you have meetings every Monday morning, and me used to pick apart every single thing he did, and it really put a strain on our relationship. And then that really weighed me down, and it was getting the best of me. And I see what it did to him because I'm his son, I'm his first son. He speaks highly of me all the time, but here am I tear down your relationship, and had a profound effect on him as it did me. And then I have to step back. And what I learned about myself was most of the things that I was saying to him I was talking to myself. Like, Travis, you need to do this. Are you fear to this? You fear to that? And I say, okay, I'm gonna just make a pact with myself and say, I will never, ever talk down to my dad again. But the lesson that I learned about myself that was, and I see it in other aspects of my life. Sometimes when I give advice or I tell people if I do, I really talk to the man in the mirror. So that's it.
Wow, that was deep and profound. What are you most proud of? Take your
I'm
time.
proud of where I'm at in my life today.
You're proud of where you are.
Yes. All of the things that I'm working on, like everything that I've asked God for,
Yeah.
He gave to me and said, "We want to see what you're gonna do with it, right?" Everything, and because of how I'm handling these gifts,
Yes.
all these blessings, I'm really, really proud of myself. Like, me as a man, go out and have a drink and what have you, but even those small things, I can't afford to even have a drink because me know so people are depending on me, and I can't even get that call where somebody's depending on me to answer a question or to offer some kind of advice or something like that. And because of me being tipsy or under the influence, we can't offer myself to them. I can't be a servant to them. So I'm most proud of where I'm at in my life today. No, proud of my pitney then. They're my greatest joy. But Travis personally, I'm really proud of my personal growth.
What ages are your babies?
Alrighty, so Lamayan is 11, Zion is 9, and Ava is 7.
All right.
Yes.
What does success mean to you?
Simple. Setting a goal and achieving it.
Yes.
That's it. Just setting a goal and achieving it. And don't stop until you achieve it. That's what success means to me. I want to share this with you. I saw a couple of years ago one of my cousins, Shane, we see him on the street I sell, and over the years he was way smarter than I was. And we see him on the street I sell chicken. I flip chicken and people are coming and buy and what have you. And this is something that he told me that he wanted to do years ago.
Right.
And when we see him do it, I was like, I was just so proud of him. I was just so proud of him because that's something that he wanted to do and he is doing it. And we know that brings him joy. Even outside of the money, it brings him joy. So just setting a goal, achieving it, that's what success means.
All right. So we're going to dream together. And this is something new we're going to do in Catchup. You're going to see more about it in season 5. So if you had no limits, no boundaries, all the resources you need, all the talent that you need at your disposal, what would you be? What would you do?
Right. So I'm very passionate about like driving. When I drive and I see people on the road begging, in here in Miami there's a lot of homeless. So big dream is to end homelessness. That's the big dream. I own a nonprofit organization, and this is going to be our 4th year that we actually go out and we feed the homeless. Well, last year was the first time we actually fed the homeless, but every year we go out and we offer supplies, simple supplies that they need, blankets, socks, hygiene, things to help with their hygiene, stuff like that. But last year was the first time we fed them, and then this year is coming up. We're planning the same thing to feed even more, and so on and so forth. But so that is a passion of mine.
What's the name of the organization?
I laugh because I hate the name. I didn't come up with the name. It's called Dizzlebox Foundation. We have a website. You can check us out. Dizzleboxfoundation.com.
You said it very fast.
Dizzle, Dizzle, box.
.com.
Foundation.com.
Oh, Dizzlebox, Dizzlebox, Foundation.com. Thank you for sharing that. I remember when I was going to the retreat and I was at the orphanage and you reached out to me and said, I can't go to the retreat, but I want to help. I want to contribute to the orphanage. So it is truly a passion of yours to give back. Last question for you. At the end of your life, what do you want us to remember about you?
Travis was a selfless man. Travis gave all he had to people. That's it. I the older I get, the more of a servant to the people I become. To
Yes.
everybody. Even if me just an offer listening here. Or maybe offer opportunity to somebody. May offer some kind of advice, or I'm connecting somebody to the person that they need to know to get them to the next level. That's what I want to be known for, being a servant. Boy, I didn't know this. A lot of my friends from high school, they actually looked up to me. I didn't know that. Aston Curl was still my friend, and sometimes I'm going through things, I talk to him and I said, boy, Travis, said during high school, man, and even now, you're like an inspiration. You know, you're not enough to give no money or anything, but just hearing you speak, it's an inspiration, and I can't tell you what you do for me. So, you know, those stories really, it's a big reward. It's really a big reward. So at the end of the day, as long as I'm known for being a servant to the people, to whosoever may come in contact with, you know, I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that.
Aww. That's the final question I had. Do you have any questions from me before we close? You don't have to have questions, you know. I just find that it is good to just ask. Because sometimes when I'm closing, they say, "Oh, I have a question for you." So now this season I'm actually pausing and asking. But you don't have.
I really do have a question for
That
you.
is fine.
You know what? What would you want to be known for? You know, at the end of everything.
Hey. When it was out of courtesy, I didn't really mean that you should ask.
One day.
When you said you don't really have any questions, I had my wrap up ready to go, package and go. What was the question again? It's not fun. I like to be on this side, Travis. I like the question.
I know.
It's easier on this side.
I'm usually on that side.
Yes, it's fun.
Everything. What would you like to be known for? What do you want people to talk to you, talk about you?
I would like them to say, because I met Nackia and because I've known her, she helped me in this way, and it made a difference in this way in my life, no matter how small or no matter how big. But I'm a better person because our paths crossed. That's what I want them to say.
That's similar.
Yeah, and I want them to say, no matter her flaws, and if somehow my passion, because I am very passionate, and sometimes my passion kind of burn people as my past. I'm just kind of being very honest with you. I am focused on steroids. And sometimes you're so focused, your peripheral, you know, you have the blinders on, and you don't get to see sometimes how you might somehow negatively impact anybody because you're so super focused on what's ahead of you. And I pray that the legacy of my life, they will be able to see the bigger parts of Nackia. So if somehow unintentionally I have caused hurt or pain, they will understand it was never intentional and I was just laser focused on whatever it is that I was laser focused on. Because that about me is a blessing and a curse, and I don't think it's gonna change. It is a very powerful part of me, and it is also a part that can cause pain. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
So I'm trying to give a balance view, because I know some people say Nackia is amazing, and some people say
I actually like that though.
eh?
If somebody wishy-washy about you, you're not really make no impact. If somebody wishy-washy, is that you have to be either this or that.
You have a point, right? You find that the people who want to do something and be something, they either they big advocates or big detractors. But yeah, everybody gonna love me. Yeah.
I have a friend who tells me that all the time. Travis, and everybody are like, you know, because I used to really want to be liked by everybody. I say, yo, and everybody are like you. People that dislike you for whatever reason. Yo, me look at you and say, yo, I love myself for that. And I know something I did the right thing. I did the right thing. So, you know, the people who don't like me, then probably don't get it as yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Over the lifespan, and hopefully they're able to see the bigger picture and say, oh, so when she passed and step on me too, that's what she did. I go. she never really mean to step on me too. You understand? It was a good thing, so she didn't go that place there. So that is what I hope. I hope too that the legacy of my life will show that. Make sense?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Did I answer your question good?
Yes, you actually did. You actually did.
So Travis, I want to tell you before we close that I'm glad our paths crossed. Your mom, hi. If you're watching this episode, I want you to know that even the relationship I'm trying to model with my boys, you are part of that quilt. The relationship that you modeled with Travis in front of my eyes was just extraordinary. And as a mother, you are just awesome. You are such a loving human being, and I'm glad I met you, and I'm glad I met Travis. Travis, thank you for being a part of my life. You're a part of many stories that I tell, a lot of fun stories, and yes, it includes River, and it includes Dust, and it includes Bertie, and it includes happy memories, including flower porridge. So thank you for just being a part of my life, and hopefully our paths continue to cross in the future as we make this world a better place.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
With
With that, I'm going to close. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. For all the young ladies here who are watching this episode who knew Travis, you see, he's awesome. And he continues to be, for all his brethren, them and Parin P that he's traveled with throughout Manning still now. I just love your guys' energy. I hope you enjoy this episode. I hope you share this episode and subscribe to our YouTube channel and come and catch up. Just reach out to me if you want to be a part of this project. It would be awesome to have you on this project. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye-bye.